Hello everybody, this is me, ManBat201. Today we're reviewing Transformers The Last Night Barricade. Now, he is a deluxe class figure, part of the new Last Night Premiere Edition line. And before we start with the figure, I want to do, I don't normally do this, but yeah, here's the box. So, hold on, let me get my camera back a bit. There we go. And yeah. Here's the Last Night box. This is Barricade. Has age 8+. Says Last Night right there. There's a Decepticon symbol. Got a pretty cool artwork. Barricade. Transformers on the side. Says Premiere Edition. And shenanigans. And at the top, you get a picture of Barricade, Megatron, and Berserk. Which I plan on picking up Berserk. The Megatron figure is not out yet, but when he does come out, I will pick him up. And you get another picture of Barricade. And yeah, this picture kind of continues on to this side, as you see. This is deluxe class. And then has on the side like a Decepticon, another Decepticon symbol, like glowing eyes. And yeah, and oh yeah, hold on. Says Sinister Trickster. That's literally the only bio you get. Because on the back, as you can see, there's no bio. Just get your product shot with the other figures. And note, I will not be getting this Bumblebee. I will be getting the new mold, which is coming out like a few waves down the line. So yeah, without further ado, let's review Barricade. So, he's a standard cop car. He is lacking in paint apps, certainly, but he does have some paint apps in some areas where I wouldn't expect it, especially in more modern Transformers. The front's painted how it should be. A bit more black than I thought they would have on here. But yeah, it's pretty nice. You got the white here and stuff, and then the Punish and Enslave. Like, this is supposed to be red, but it comes out more as a pinkish color, and I find that just kind of odd. I don't know, that the QC thing. And I'll point out something later that is kind of a quality control issue. And it kind of worries me. That's his underside. And tail lights painted. Shocker! Yeah. They never do that anymore, and they did it on him. And I'm actually glad they did that. Nice little detail. I wish they would have painted the rims. But, you know, whatever. And yeah, what's really cool about him is, you see these plugs right here? You can plug in his weapons, which he has like a nightstick. And he has a pistol. And now you might be thinking, this other Gatling gun thingy is like, oh, or missile launcher, or whatever the hell you want to call it. You're like, oh, this doesn't go anywhere. Can't fit underneath there. Oh, where is it going to go? There's two holes right there. You just plug it in right there, and there you go. Pretty simple in design. He works for what he does, and yeah, pretty good. I love the weapon storage. I always love figures that have weapon storage, and it's one of the things that can get a figure from being pretty good to you're almost close to being one of my favorites. And yeah, and he does it quite well. And for size comparison, here's Age of Extinction Slash. No, not Slash was the Velociraptor. It's Scorn. Scorn is the Spinosaurus, which is this one. So, move him. We'll get him into robot mode. So you want to take off all this stuff. So what you want to do, lift this piece up and let me show, and you don't have to take it off. It kind of pops off sometimes, but whatever. But here's what I'm going to show you. You see, I haven't been messing with this a whole lot, and there's already, hold on, let me see if I can, there's already stress marks, and that is really worrying me. And I'm really liking this figure, but that is such a bummer that this might break soon. It freaking pisses me off. But aside from that, yeah. So you unfold. Well, these are kind of just like that, and then you just kind of like, boom, boom, simple. So now what you want to do is get these arms out. So kind of shimmy them, push them back, fold these up, turn his wrists back, or turn them to where it's crap, so that it's right there with the elbow bend. His chest really doesn't lock, it's just kind of floppy there. But what you gotta do now is, okay, make sure it's like this before you make it like sure it's like this. Close those down, close that down like that. And here you have deluxe class Barricade. He's a bit on the stubby side of deluxe figures. Let me pull out a Titan Returns figure. Now, I know this figure technically isn't Titan Returns, it's Takara's Legends figure, but it is off the Titan Returns mold, so yeah. We got Chrome Dome here, who is taller than him. And just to pull up another figure, this figure is the Transformers Subscription Club, Transformers Club figure. It was the free subscription figure. Ramjet. The incentive figure. Great. Always love when that happens. And I thought this figure was kind of short, but he's pretty short. But he's not like incredibly short. It's not like, or like has a hunchback or anything. So yeah. So let's get on to the accessories. So you could put his nightstick on the side right here, like so. Same thing with his pistol, like so. And yes, whatever the hell you want to call this damn thing, you can put it on the back. And yeah, I love how back in the day they used to put like the name of the guns on like the back of the packaging, but now they don't even bother. At least with the Last Night stuff. And yeah, still sticks there. So weapon storage is still great in robot mode. And now let's get his accessories on. So you can fit his gun in his hand, and it's not like the normal traditional things pegs in, but it still fits in. It's not like the nightclub where it has the cylinder part, like how most weapons usually are for these figures. Which I guess makes it more realistic looking as a gun, as opposed to having a gun that has like a really round ass, like like it being really round as hell right there, which would look kind of odd. Oh yeah, the detail I forgot to show you guys. On his fist says, man, like flash on here. It says protect. And then the other one says serve. And when you like it's backwards, but it's backwards because when he punches something, it's actually supposed to come out how it's supposed to look like. And I tested that out with like a piece of clay. And I punched his fist into it, and it was actually the right side. And he looked at it. So yeah. And I don't know where I placed that at all, but like, if you get some ink or something and put it on there and then like have him punch, you can probably get it. Put some food coloring, like blue food coloring, so it looks like Energon blood or something. You could probably make it look like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, he can hold his stick, and you can also hold it like this. like how those sometimes hold. And yes, you can do it like that too, which I find pretty cool. And last but not least, we're not going to forget this weapon. Now, you look underneath his arms right here. It plugs in just like that. You close it, and there you go. You got his gun thingy. And it looks pretty cool, if I don't say so myself. Going pew 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 pew. I like, just, I don't know. I imagine it's like a Gatling gun anyways. So like, you know. But yeah. Anyways, get all of his accessories off for right now, so we can get to articulation. Now, you got your basic knee. It's not great because it's kind of hitting there, and you almost get 90 degrees. You do get a swivel right here. It can do a 360. Legs can go up. They can go back to a certain extent, but the backpack kind of hinders it. But you can move the backpack, so you can. Or just remove the backpack altogether, and you got more posability. It does not have voice articulation due to its transformation. And as you can see, it's one solid piece. Again, more kind of, it's one solid piece. They could have made it two solid pieces, but considering these wheels actually have pins, I think that's what the budget went to. They're like, we could have a waist, but we need to put the pins in the wheels. And yeah, and I'm not complaining about that. They actually roll better than the mushroom peg wheels. So yeah, kudos. Alright. So yes, that can turn 360 degrees. The arm can, again, do the same. You got a wrist swivel, which is really nice. His arm can bend to 90 degrees. His head can't do a full 360 due to just how it's shaped and how his neck area is. You could try to do it, but that would be really, really pushing it. He can look a little bit down and a little bit up. Just very, very, very little. Mostly due to the molding here and, again, the shape of his head. And, yeah. And that's pretty much his articulation. He's one of my favorite movie figures from like the past couple years. And Age of Extinction was a okay line. It's not as terrible as people say it is, but it's the weakest line out of the bunch. Now some people may say Dark of the Moon is the weakest, and I stopped buying Transformers at that point, like just the movie toys anyways, because I was buying Generations. And I think, was Prime out at the... I can't remember if Prime was out at that time. And I didn't even buy any Transformer Prime figures either, which is kind of my regret because I only have like a few. I had Knockout. I sold him because I didn't really like him. I thought it was a really crappy figure for a great character. I have Prime Optimus, which is a good figure. I have Prime Wheeljack, and then I have Prime Dead End, which is just the repainted Wheeljack. I had Prime Cliff Jumper, not the first edition, which is the one I wanted. I have the regular. I had the regular retail one. I sold that one because that was just steamy pile of garbage. And yeah. And yeah. So Dark of the Moon. The few figures I did get from Dark of the Moon, which was Shockwave, Megatron, the Voyager one, and Crankcase. I loved all three of those figures. It was weird. Whenever I picked up a Dark of the Moon figure, those three, I remember being very impressed with them. And just really liking the figures and enjoying them. And my stepbrother had a Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. I remember messing around with that a tad bit. And it was better than the first movie Bumblebee figure. It was definitely an improvement, but it wasn't an improvement to the Battle Blades Bumblebee, which was from like a few years back from that point. And yeah. And seeing how good he is, I think the Last Knight will be a great line. His transformation is a solid, and his posability is excellent. I wish I had one of the spin tables, you know, where you just kind of spin it like that, like in the 360. You know, yeah, it would be cool. Overall, he's a great figure, and yeah, the build's great, and he has a good face sculpt too. Let me show you. Man. Okay, hold on. There we go. Pretty good face sculpt, and it is a Decepticon symbol there. I wish that back part would have been blue too, but whatever. And yeah. He's overall a good build of, like, just, he feels solid. I mean, he does have his hollow bits, but it's not nearly as bad as Age of Extinction was. And he feels much more of a solid figure than the Age of Extinction figures. And he comes with a lot more accessories than the Age of Extinction figures. And I would say with his transformation and everything, he feels more like a first movie toy without the Automorph gimmick. So he's not too complicated, but not too easy either. If you do have a younger kid, though, I would suggest getting him probably like Crankcase or Bumblebee from the Platinum Edition line. Just because of that QC issue I had. But if you got anybody like above 6 years, whatever, then I would recommend this figure. He's a pretty good figure, and you don't have to, well, the only choking hazards is like maybe these. But, yeah, and, well, I don't know how the hell you would choke this on this. I mean, or swallow this even. You know, I can see someone choking and swallowing on this. I can definitely see someone choking on this, but it not going down. But I don't know why I'm even getting to that. But yeah, he's a good figure. I'd recommend him. He is a bit hard to find though, as I went to my local Toys R Us, and that's where I picked him up, and they had a bunch of Last Knight figures. Only Barricade. Yeah. There was no Last Knight Optimuses. There's a bunch of Grimlocks, Bumblebees, and Crankcase, and Slash. And yeah, and I was like, I only had, yeah. And I could only pick up one at the time. And I picked up him, even though I really wanted Berserk because I have Crankcase from Dark of the Moon. And I'll probably get him probably later this week, so that I could have another review for you guys, and also so I kind of got somewhat completed set of the Dreadlock trio, which they gotta make the other one, the one that was kind of running around like a dog. I would like to see that, but you know, whatever, probably won't happen. Even if it's like a slight retool off of either Crankcase or Berserk, I wouldn't really care. Just as long as we actually got one. Or, fuck, if it was a retool of this guy, just without, oh, well, they actually had the siren, so yeah. If it was a retool of this guy black, and they just changed the grill part up here to look more like a regular car, and then just changed his hands to be a bit more like spikier looking, and same thing with his feet, and then changed his head, I would be all down on that. And, well, obviously, I would think this accessory would still work pretty well if they did do that. But, like, these two accessories changing, like, have, like, a, I don't know, like a knife or something instead. And then, like, if you're gonna have a gun, have something crazy like a machine gun or something like that. You know? And yeah, something really out there. If that were to do the retool for the other dreadlock dude. But yeah. I mean, without further said, he's a great figure and very little back kibble. Another thing, a great plus about this figure. And now, this color right here, it may come off like, it looks like it's coming off a brighter gray on my camera, but it's more like a tan brown color, which you might think is kind of odd, but I think it fits fine. And yeah. And I'm wondering what his role will be in The Last Night. I'm really curious exactly on what his role is going to be in the next movie. And is it the same Barricade we've seen in the first Transformers movie and in Dark of the Moon? We will have to find out when The Last Night comes out. And I am really excited for this line. And I'll actually be doing some like update videos whenever we hear new news just about Transformers in general on this channel now. So like, let's say if like a movie masterpiece figure, another one pops up, or like another batch of like Titan Return stuff or movie stuff, I'll do updates and shenanigans to get more of a flow of content. And sorry for the week I wasn't here. I kind of left all my videos here at this location, and yeah, I was kind of screwed, didn't really have anything. And I was on my other computer, which is terrible and isn't great for editing. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a week. So yeah. And it's been a couple, I think, since my last Transformer review. And again, sorry about that. I've had actually quite a few reviews. And those will be posted at the same time as this. Well, not all of them. Like one. Which will be Revenge of the Fallen, Lockdown, or Bludgeon. I can't remember which. I know I reviewed both of them, but I don't know which one came first. So yeah, and then I got a bunch of like G1 Minibot reviews, which I was thinking about doing, but I'm kind of hesitant now. But I am putting a review of G1 Smokescreen and Blue Streak on my channel later. As well as one review of one particular... I'm doing a top 5 best Transformers. Or my favorite Transformers anyways. And yeah. And each day is going to be one of those episodes. So like, the first day will be a certain figure, second day will be another figure, third day another, and then the fourth the other, and then the final day will be the 5th figure, or the first, the number 1 favorite, you know. And yeah. And I already got 2 of those videos done, and I'm not revealing the names of any of the figurines that are, but I will say some of the hugest scaled figures will be on here. Definitely. And yeah. So please comment, like, subscribe. As always, this has been me, Mama201. Please like the video, you know. And oh my god, I'm like repeating like a frickin' help support me on Patreon. I would appreciate it. It would help me dearly. I could probably get me a new computer so I could edit my videos even faster. And also be able to run games so then I can do more reviews for you guys, as I actually just got Overwatch for the PC. A friend of mine's actually got it for me, which was cool. They just got it, like, oh, here, yeah. I was like, oh, awesome, thanks, man. And yeah. And if that particular friend, I'll actually say, because they're actually here on YouTube, which is Goose the Moose. Go check out his channel. I'll actually put it in the description below. And yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and yeah. And yeah, Patreon will help me with, you know, getting more of these figures quicker. Hell, if you guys support me at least like $100, you know what? I'll get all of the figures in the Premier Edition line to review. I'll do that. If we can get it up to 100. And yeah. And do I got any projects up the line? Yes, I do. I got a review of Resident Evil up to the coming up with the new format. So be on the lookout for that, but that won't be in for like maybe, I want to say, being optimistic, like another 4 weeks or so for that video. But Transformer reviews should be pumping out pretty quickly. I'm going to try to do one every other day, so it's not too oversaturated. But since I'm doing the top 5 best figures, it'll be technically 2 videos a day, or like those would be daily. But I'm gonna, like, my regular reviews would be only one every other day. And my camera just froze here for whatever odd reason. So yeah. And I think I got long enough because I don't want to get this to like 35 minutes or 30 minutes. It's already like 25, which is longer than I really expected. So yeah. Then me, Mammoth201, do all the stuff I said. Please. And yeah. And please comment in the description below criticism so I can help improve my videos. And I do appreciate the support I have been getting. You guys are awesome. And yeah. In the top 5 best Transformers thing, I'll do that. Actually, I'll just talk about that in an update video. So, peace out.